this is CG1. On my last video, I spoke to you on what are you born to do, and even thinking about it, I wanted to speak to you on an equally important topic, and that is, why do you want to do it? Because if you know what you're born to do, but you don't know why you want to do it, then it'll leave you wondering why you didn't do it. Because without not having an understanding of your why you want to do something, you won't have the motivation. This is because the world is filled with many people who are capable of succeeding and literally attaining greatness, but the problem is they don't have the motivation. They don't have the thing that moves them, the things that wake them up, the thing that calls them for action. And if you don't understand why, you won't be moved to action, because why is the driving force, it's the thing that moves you, it's the thing that refuses to accept no as an answer. It refuses to accept failure, it refuses to accept and stop in face of adversity. And that reminds me of a story. It was a drunken man who lived in a village one day, and this man was coming from the pub, and in order to get to his house he needed to cross over through a graveyard. And this man, he was coming from the park on this Friday evening. Literally, he was so tipsy, he was like moving around, unable to walk properly because he was drunk all over, like absolutely. And he was walking past the graveyard, and the grave that was dug up to bury someone the following day, as he was walking past it, like literally all tipsy, he dropped right into it and slipped. And the grave was quite deep, what's been dug. So he was unable to literally jump out. He tried to jump, he was trying to jump and everything like that. He couldn't do it, and he was like all out of his head. He was as well drunk as well. So he thought to himself, okay, if I wait, I know that the people that are coming to bury the person tomorrow, they'll see him and then they'll help him out. So let me just sleep in for the night. So he moved himself to the corner and put himself and literally started sleeping as he was absolutely drunk. Then funny enough, another man who was also drunk, trying to get to his house, passing the graveyard, also tipsy as well, dropped right into the grave that had been dug. And he also tried to jump, and that woke up the other man who was on the side sleeping in the same grave that had been dug. And he saw this man trying to dug, so the second man trying to literally climb up, he was also unable to do it. And the first man, thinking to himself, let me tell this man that, if we stay the night, then the folks that come to bury the man that's dead will literally get them out in the following morning. But as he was embracing the man to literally tell him, his fingers touched barely the second man, and without turning, the second man just jumped out of the grave. And it was incredible. He just jumped out of the grave and literally climbed out. And as it seemed like a miraculous thing, because he was unable to do it, both men unable to do it the first time, he jumped out, literally climbed out of the grave, looking down at what had tried to touch him. And what he was unable to do when his life was threatened, he was able to climb out of the graveyard. And this is a lesson in that story that I never forgot, that necessity is the mother of all inventions. That when you have a greater why, a why that goes beyond your comfort zone, a why that you see, you have a goal, you know what you want to do. Like that second man, he wanted to climb out, but when he felt his life threatened, he done what he could not do on the basis of comfort. He done what he could not do. He done the impossible. And so many times there are people in life, and the biggest problem they have is that they don't have a great enough why. They don't use their misfortunes, they don't use their bad experience as the fuel to succeed. They don't use the things that are around it. They don't look around and see a homeless man. They don't look around and see the injustices of human trafficking and poverty and racism. They don't look around to see the evil in this world, the darkness in this world, and use that to say that enough is enough. If people do nothing, then problems will only increase. They don't use that. And I want to encourage you, don't just know what you're born to do, know why you want to do it. Know that there are people that need help. Know that there are people that are in need, your own family. For the generations to come, you have to do something. Don't just accept average, don't just accept mediocrity. Life is not just about your own success. Do it not just for you, do it for the sake of those that are counting on you. Because it's there, and when you figure out your why, then it becomes all too easy to achieve what you want to do. This is CG1, and you have the seed of greatness.